if she were gonna do remote reward things, she could start with the puppy. She could hold the puppy by the harness, and she could toss a piece of food out, and then use her get it here. So she'll get the food, she tosses it out, and the puppy goes and gets it, right? It can start early on, the same basic idea. Toss a little piece of food out there. She's using kibble here because it's a motivated puppy, right? And so that's how you would begin to do a separate marker if you chose to, right? It's that easy. Typically our puppies are in harnesses when they're at least until they start teething, right? Or until we do our leash pressure work. I'll talk about this a little tomorrow when we talk about motivation, but I have puppies on harnesses. One, we allow them to pull on harnesses, and we're going to use harnesses as a motivation building tool, and we'll get into this especially. We use restraint for restrained recalls, restrained play, things like that. So our dogs, when we hold them back on a harness, they get excited eventually, right? But primarily with puppies, it's so that I can move them around without them rehearsing pulling on their leash a lot. They're too young to learn polite leash skills. So if I put them on a flat collar or a slip collar or martingale and they're pulling me around all over the place, then they're learning to pull on the collar, they're desensitizing their neck. And so later, if I want to teach them about the leash, it's harder. They're used to pulling on it, I've desensitized their neck, and I have to be harsher with the leash to get them to be responsive. So the harness for our puppies, so go ahead, pull on the harness, right? But not on a collar. And so we pretty much have our puppies on harnesses at least up until they're 4 or 5 months old, in that range when we're starting to do our leash pressure work. Or if I'm manipulating, sometimes I'll have a collar on them, but I'll have food with me so they don't get the opportunity to pull on the leash. But yeah, pretty typically on harnesses.